So guys, today's video is all about stretching and some of the misconceptions around it and proper ways to do it. Okay, so first of all, when do you stretch? All right, when I was in playing sports and martial arts training, whatever, I was growing up, I was always taught to stretch at the beginning of the practice or session. And I remember that. We'll always do it at the beginning. Okay, well, I learned later on that that's actually wrong, and that's what most people think you do, but it's actually dead wrong. Because when you stretch, when you do static stretching like that, like reaching your toes and things like that, at that point, what's happening is that you're not teaching, but you're trying to get your muscles to go to sleep. All right, so you're winding things down. Okay, so obviously that should be done at the end of the workout. If you do it at the beginning of the workout and then you work, that would be the same thing as lying down, being tucked into bed, and suddenly some guy comes and turns the lights on and says, "Wake up! Come on, let's go!" Obviously that's not, what you want. All right, it's time to go to sleep. What you want when you're starting a session is to do movement, dynamic movement. So that could be, light jogging in place, jumping jacks, body rotations. There's a number of things which you could do. But static stretching isn't one of them. All right? So remember, you do it at the end of the workout, not at the beginning. Despite what a lot of people still continue to teach, it's wrong. Okay? Okay, that's time for muscles to go to sleep. Now, in terms of how to stretch, okay? Now that's the next thing. A lot of people will do these bouncing stretches. They reach for their toes and go like and bounce at that. Okay, this is not very good for your joints, not very good for your tendons. Okay, what you want is to just stretch until you feel tension, but not pain. Okay. Some people like to say your muscles should be speaking to you, but not screaming to you. So you can go ahead and you can reach for your toe. See, I'm reaching my toe here. Okay, you can touch it. There you go. Okay, and I'm just holding it there. Okay. Now there's one thing you can do which can help you kind of increase your flexibility over a period of time, and they sometimes do this in sports training and conditioning, where you may hold the stretch for about 10 seconds or so. You may slightly release it. Don't bring all of it back. Just slightly release it and then go again for 10 more seconds. And maybe do one more time, slightly release and go one more time. And each time you do that, you can go a little further. So hold for 10, slightly release, hold for 10, slightly release, and then hold for 10 again. Okay? And that's a very effective way to stretch. And so it's a way for you to gradually increase the range of motion and tension without causing any kind of pain. Okay? All right, so we've covered when to stretch. We've covered some of the do-nots and the how-tos with the stretching. Okay, we want to hold the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. Longer than that, it's not harmful, but it's not really going to do you much good. Okay, and less than that, you're not going to get enough out of it. 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, and the final thing is exactly how to do your stretching. How do you know which muscle to stretch? I've got a book on my shelf which has, I think, over 1,000 stretches. It's over there. But I haven't looked at it in many years. I haven't had to, because I learned a simple trick which will allow you to know how to stretch any muscle. Very simple. Okay, figure out what the function is of any muscle and then move it the opposite way. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay, all right, let's take a bicep. All right, the function of the bicep is to contract like you're doing a dumbbell curl. Okay, you're doing a dumbbell curl. So in order to stretch it, so it moves this way, that's the function. We'll stretch it, move it the other way. See? Take my hand, bend it back, and I'm stretching it this way. Okay? Purpose of the chest is to pull in, to contract. Contract. Okay? Like doing a flying motion or a pec deck. So what do? I don't have a wall here. Actually, I do have this one. Hold on. Here. So what you do, put it against the upright here, and then just open up that way, okay? Look at that, all right? Hip flexor, another one, okay? The purpose of the hip flexor is to move your leg up. Like when you walk, it goes up. So when you stretch it, back, okay? Make sure you don't do this because then you're not stretching anything, you're just leaning forward. The upper body is vertical and you lean forward. It stretches this, okay? Once again, same thing, right? 10 seconds, slight release, 10 seconds, slight release, okay? And so on and so on. So that's how you figure out exactly how to stretch any muscle, okay? You can figure out, you know, any muscle just by using the formula, that method, okay? All right, so a quick recap here. All right, you want to stretch you want to do movement at the beginning of your workout, static stretching at the end of your workout. All right, you want to hold each stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, okay? And you can either just hold it static the whole time, or if you want to, you can do that 10 seconds on, slight release, 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on, slight release, 10 seconds on again, and maybe do it 2 or 3 times, okay? And number 3, figure out how to do any stretch in your body by knowing the function of a muscle and then moving it the opposite way, okay? So, you know, stretching isn't complicated. I think people make it out to be a lot more complicated than it has to be, okay? Just know these simple rules and you can stretch any muscle, okay? And yeah, you know, try and do some stretching each day. You know, it'll help you, you know, with back pain and shoulder pain and, you know, all kinds of things, right? So it has many benefits. Just understand to do it properly, okay? And whatever you do, don't do that crazy ballistic bouncing stretching. There's no benefit whatsoever in that, okay? I don't care what anyone says. It's completely worthless, and you open yourself up for potential injury, okay? So anyways, I hope you found this useful. For any questions, please let me know. Send me a message. You can visit my website as well, www.chriswongfitness.com. And see you guys soon.